Under the bright lights of Dodger Stadium, a silence fell before the storm, the kind of silence that only great baseball moments can create. Fans from all corners of the world watched in anticipation as Shohei Ohtani stepped onto the field, ready to deliver a postseason performance that would soon be talked about for decades. The air was thick with pressure, but for Ohtani, it was just another stage to prove why he's unlike anyone else in the game's history. From the very first pitch, it was clear that Ohtani was locked in. His eyes carried that unmistakable focus, a calm determination that only true legends possess. Every movement seemed deliberate, every swing precise, every pitch carefully calculated. As he toed the mound in the first inning, his fastball blazed through the air at 100 miles per hour, snapping into the catcher's glove like a thunderclap. The crowd erupted, sensing that something extraordinary was unfolding before their eyes. Ohtani's dominance wasn't just physical, it was psychological. The opposing hitters stepped into the box with hesitation, unsure of what to expect. One moment, he would unleash a 99-mile-per-hour heater, and the next, he'd drop a devastating splitter that disappeared beneath the bat. The contrast kept them guessing all night. His command was surgical, slicing through one of the most dangerous postseason lineups in baseball without a hint of weakness. And then came the moment that ignited the stadium. Bottom of the third, runners on base, and the Dodgers trailing by a run. Ohtani dug into the batter's box, facing a pitcher known for his nasty breaking ball. The first pitch came, a curveball that dropped out of the zone. Ohtani didn't flinch. The next one, a slider over the middle. Crack. The ball exploded off his bat, soaring deep into the night sky before landing in the right field bleachers. The roar that followed wasn't just celebration, it was awe. As he rounded the bases, Ohtani's expression remained calm, almost serene. His teammates poured out of the dugout, the stadium shaking beneath their feet. It wasn't just a home run, it was a statement. Shohei Ohtani wasn't just here to participate in October baseball, he was here to dominate it. But that was just the beginning. After giving the Dodgers the lead with his bat, Ohtani returned to the mound and began carving through hitters as if possessed. The combination of power and precision was breathtaking. Each strikeout added to the growing legend of the night. The opposing team looked helpless, swinging through fastballs, chasing breaking pitches that vanished like smoke. By the fifth inning, fans were chanting his name in unison, Shohei. Shohei, a sound that echoed like a heartbeat through the stadium. You could see kids in the stands mimicking his pitching motion, parents shaking their heads in disbelief. They knew they were witnessing something special, something that transcended the sport. His pitch count climbed, but his velocity never wavered. Even deep into the game, he was still touching triple digits. Every inning seemed to fuel him further, as if he drew energy from the moment itself. His splitter continued to fool even the most disciplined hitters, leaving them walking back to the dugout in frustration. Then came the defensive brilliance, a play that seemed ripped straight out of a highlight reel. A sharp grounder up the middle looked destined for center field, but Ohtani dove off the mound, snagging it barehanded before spinning and firing a laser to first base. The crowd gasped, then erupted again. It was as if he was doing the impossible on repeat. By the seventh inning, the stadium atmosphere felt electric. Every pitch, every swing, every movement carried weight. The Dodgers' dugout was alive with energy. Rallying behind their superstar, even his teammates seemed in awe, whispering among themselves about the sheer level of control he was displaying. Ohtani stepped to the plate again in the bottom of the seventh. The opposing pitcher, visibly rattled, tried to sneak a fastball past him. Big mistake. Another thunderous swing, another booming sound, this time sending the ball off the center field wall for a double. The crowd was beyond belief. He was doing it all, pitching, hitting, leading. The eighth inning rolled around, and the Dodgers clung to a slim lead. Ohtani, having thrown over 100 pitches, showed no signs of fatigue. His mechanics were still crisp, his mindset unwavering. He struck out the side, walking off the mound to a standing ovation that lasted well past the commercial break. Every fan knew they were witnessing history, not just a good game, but one of the greatest postseason performances ever recorded. Commentators couldn't stop praising his two-way brilliance, calling it a once-in-a-lifetime night that would redefine what it means to be a baseball player. In the dugout, Ohtani sat quietly, towel draped over his shoulders, eyes focused on the field. He wasn't celebrating yet. He knew there was still one inning left, still work to be done. His calm composure in such high-pressure moments spoke volumes about his mindset, the heart of a competitor who thrives under the lights. When the ninth inning began, the manager made the bold choice: Ohtani would stay in to finish it. The crowd roared approval. It was his game now, his masterpiece to complete. The first batter went down swinging on a splitter in the dirt. The second lined out to right. Then came the final hitter, the tension thick enough to feel in the air. Ohtani took a deep breath, stepped into his delivery, and unleashed a 101-mile-per-hour fastball right on the corner. Strike 3. Game over. The stadium erupted into chaos, fans screaming, teammates rushing the mound, and Ohtani surrounded in celebration. Cameras flashed from every angle as he smiled modestly, tipping his cap to the roaring crowd. That night, social media exploded. Shohei Ohtani just did something we may never see again, one analyst tweeted. Highlights flooded every major sports network. His dual performance, a dominant pitching display combined with a crucial home run, instantly became legend. Even his opponents couldn't help but praise him. You can't plan for a guy like that, one hitter said afterward. You just hope he's human. But the truth is, on nights like that, Ohtani doesn't seem human at all. Back in the locker room, reporters crowded around, eager for a quote. True to his nature, Ohtani downplayed the performance. I just wanted to help my team win, he said softly, his humility shining through. But everyone knew the truth, he didn't just help, he carried the team on his back. The numbers spoke for themselves. Double-digit strikeouts, multiple hits, and a game-saving play in the field. But statistics alone couldn't capture the essence of what he'd done. It was artistry, the rare blend of raw talent and mental fortitude that defines greatness. Veteran players later admitted they had chills watching him perform. You see moments like that once in a generation, one coach remarked. That's what makes baseball beautiful. And for fans, that beauty lingered long after the lights dimmed. Kids stayed up replaying the highlights, dreaming of one day being like Ohtani. Broadcasters compared it to Reggie Jackson's legendary postseason home runs or Madison Bumgarner's World Series heroics, yet somehow, this felt even bigger. In Japan, the performance was headline news by morning. Crowds gathered in Tokyo, watching replays on giant screens, cheering every strikeout and hit. It was more than national pride, it was global admiration. Ohtani had bridged cultures through sheer excellence. The next day, baseball analysts dissected every pitch, every at-bat. They marveled at how he managed to maintain stamina, how his pitch sequencing outsmarted hitters, how his timing at the plate never faltered. His ability to dominate on both sides of the game defied logic. And yet, for Ohtani, this was just another step. His eyes were already fixed on the next game, the next challenge. That relentless pursuit of perfection is what separates him from everyone else. Even rival fans couldn't deny his impact. In stadiums across America, Ohtani jerseys sold out overnight. Commentators called him the face of baseball's future, a player rewriting what's possible in the sport. As the postseason continued, the aura of that night lingered. Every time Ohtani stepped onto the field, there was a sense that anything could happen. Fans held their breath, waiting for another impossible moment, and he rarely disappointed. It's rare to witness an athlete who redefines the limits of their sport. Shohei Ohtani didn't just win a playoff game, he reshaped baseball's very identity. His performance reminded the world that greatness isn't about choosing between pitching or hitting, it's about mastering both. And when the story of this postseason is told years from now, that night at Dodger Stadium will stand as a monument, the night Shohei Ohtani delivered one of the best postseason performances baseball has ever seen. The legend continues, pitch by pitch, swing by swing, as the world watches in awe, because when Shohei Ohtani takes the field, you never know if you're about to witness history again.